Okay, hello. So I wanted to talk about 75 Hard and my experience with it, because I feel like every YouTube video that I watched before doing it was like I didn't relate to them at all. After everybody said all these things like it's gonna change your life, it's so hard, and like all this stuff. I just want to make a video that I relate to, and so maybe other people who want to do it kind of see my perspective, because I just didn't relate to it, what anybody said. Basically what 75 Hard is, it's a 75-day challenge, and there's 5 rules. So one of them is you have to drink a gallon of water a day, and I'll go through all of these in detail and my experience with them. So drink a gallon of water a day, read 10 pages of a nonfiction book a day. You have to work out twice a day for 45 minutes each, and they can't be like combined, so you can't do an hour and a half. And one of the workouts has to be outside. The 4th thing is you have to follow some sort of diet, not like a diet that you just eat McDonald's, but like a diet with the goal in mind of being healthier. And you have to take a progress photo of yourself every single day. So I'm gonna start with why I did it, because if I'm gonna be completely honest, I literally would have never done this if it wasn't for quarantine. And so that's another thing. The people who I watched before doing it, they were, you know, like parents, or they had a job, like a full-time job, and I don't understand how those people did it at all. Like, I honestly would have never done it. The whole reason I did it was because, you know, it was quarantine, and I was starting to drink a lot, and I felt myself slipping. I'm also a person who can't not do anything for a long amount of time. It makes me go crazy. I just wanted to do something with my time. Why not make some sort of progress, like with my health or something, just to help, because I feel like in this time we're so prone to slipping mentally and physically. So when I found out about this challenge, my friend Carly told me about it, and she was like, hey, like, I think I want to do this, blah blah. And I was looking at it and I was like, oh wow, that looks really hard. I would never want to do that. But I was like, oh my god, I have nothing to do. Now I'm working, but before it was like there's literally nothing to do, and I moved back home from college. Why not just give yourself something to do, tasks every single day, to kind of keep yourself busy and a little bit distracted from what's going on? Stay woke, but distract sometimes. You need some distractions. I just kind of wanted to use this time as well as I could to keep myself in check and to keep busy. Not meaning like you necessarily have to stay busy in these times. Like, everybody takes their quarantine their own way, and you don't have to be productive, but this is just kind of what I felt called to do. So I'll get into each thing and how they were for me. One of the things is you have to read 10 pages of a book every single day. It has to be a nonfiction book. My first book wasn't actually a nonfiction book. It was The Alchemist, but I took it as kind of a self-help book, and I count that as nonfiction, but whatever. I mean, the thing about this challenge is nobody is keeping tabs on you. You have to determine whether you're gonna have to start over again. If you mess up one of these things, you have to start over. So the 75 days, you have to start over. If you don't do one of the workouts, if you forget to take a progress picture, you have to start over. So I really made sure that I had everything written down. I have a whole calendar, which I'll show, and all the different, I wrote like progress pic, vegan, 2 workouts, 1 gallon, 10 pages. And then I have at the beginning of my calendar, like, did you do all 5? And yeah, I mean, it was a lot, but I enjoyed it. The thing about this challenge is you have to actually like want to do it. The main reason why I wanted to do it was the mental toughness aspect. The guy who made it, Andy Frisella, he's kind of a weird dude. I listened to one of his podcasts and he was just really intense. His cover of his podcast is like a picture of him, like really hardcore in black and white, and then there's like a piece of red duct tape around his mouth and it says society. So I'm like, okay, I'll do the challenge, but I'm not gonna pretend this guy is like my god. So anyways, So the first thing was 10 pages, and I never read. I made sure that I did it like every morning right before I did anything. And it wasn't that bad, honestly. I ended up, you know, I like reading, and my books were pretty interesting. One of the books was The Story of Stuff. It was a book I would literally have never read before. Like, it could be kind of boring, but I'm just really glad that I have the knowledge that I do now. The last book I read was Becoming by Michelle Obama, and that's actually a good book. And then I found out later that Andy Frisella, the guy who made the challenge, said it has to be a nonfiction book and it has to be an entrepreneurial book, which I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I would have an alarm at 10 p.m. every night, like 10 pages. The second thing is you have to drink a gallon of water every day. I had friends that were doing this at the same time I was, and it was really hard for them to drink water. For me personally, I already drink like hella water. I don't know why, but I just do. A gallon is still, it's a lot of water. Like, it's almost too much. Like, I almost feel like that is too much water for a person, but I bought this, gallon water bottle on Amazon because I didn't want to fill up like 20 cups a day. I saw some people on YouTube like, I just, you know, fill up 12 of these cups every single day. That seems like such a pain. So I would just fill this up at night, and then I would drink it all the next day. And I didn't have any problems. It has even like the times on it, and that was kind of helpful. Sometimes it would be like 8 o'clock at night and I would have this much left, and this is actually a lot because it's so wide. So I would just take 10 chugs, and then I'd wait, and then I'd take 10 more chugs. So for me, the gallon of water was not that hard. The only thing I would give advice about for the water is just start early and drink consistently and always be near a toilet. The 2 workouts. This is where I wanted to make this video because I feel like the people who did it and put it on YouTube were really intense, already super into fitness, doing full-on workouts. And for me, this challenge was more about completing it. I'm someone who self-sabotages a lot. I just wanted to show to myself that I could do anything. And I truly do feel like after that, I could probably do anything. And I already knew that, but like, this kind of proves it. I mean, towards the beginning, I would do regular workouts, and it was exhausting because your body needs a break. Doing 2 workouts a day, 45 minutes. It can be yoga or a walk or something. At one point, I did TikTok dances, 45 minutes at the beginning of quarantine. Kind of my thing before I deleted TikTok because they're listening. A few days ago, when I was still doing the challenge, towards the end, my body just felt so exhausted. I would wake up and it would felt like I was sick because my body was just nothing, dead. Felt like I sucked everything out of it. And by the end, I really was just doing a walk and some yin yoga. And yin yoga, I learned, is the easiest kind. It was all about just keep going, keep being consistent, and don't fail. So I feel like when people want to do 75 hard, they think that that's the hardest part, when in reality, you don't have to be lifting and stuff every single day because you'll just die. Another really great thing about 75 hard during quarantine is that it forced me to go outside every single day. And I'm not someone who goes outside every single day. I feel like most people aren't, and now I realize how important that is for your mental health. And I'm a nature lover, and I still make every excuse in the book to not go outside. My friend, the one who showed me the challenge, we would go hiking all the time, and it just lifted our spirits so much because of everything going on. That part really changed everything about this time, my happiness. So yeah, go outside, enjoy nature. Like pretty simple. My workouts would consist of like a cycle of, I go on a bike ride, I would skate, I would do yoga. Even sometimes when it's just a walk or it's just literally stretching, it's the last thing you want to do. And these 5 things, they really do fill up your day. The next thing is you have to stick to a diet, and you can't drink alcohol. So this is where I'm gonna spill a little secret. I turned 21 during the challenge, and so your girl drank alcohol, obviously. But I did do everything else I was supposed to do that day for the challenge on my birthday, but I couldn't pass up turning 21 and not drinking. Couldn't. What my diet was, I wanted to go vegan. I usually eat pretty plant-based, but dairy really really fucks with you. So I ate vegan, and I had eggs sometimes, things with eggs in them. And then I also did intermittent fasting. So I would not allow myself to eat after 7 p.m. and before 11 a.m. And that was the hardest part, was just kind of figuring out my day and fitting everything. And I think that was a really big part of my body progress. It really wasn't that challenging. I think the whole point of this challenge is you have to want to do it. You have to say, I'm gonna do this. Like, and then you have to stick with it for 75 days. That's a long time. I started April 10th and it's June 26th. So it's been a long ass time. Did it change my life? I think in some ways it has. And then the last thing was progress pictures, and I'll try to like put them in. I am really proud of myself. I think the intermittent fasting helped a lot. Just getting active every single day helped a lot. I essentially lost around 10 pounds, and that was just really big for me. You know, all these small consistent changes really shows that like that is how you improve. But the progress pictures were something that I did every single day when I woke up. As soon as I woke up, my camera roll is literally just like full of nudes of me now, just looking crusty. And I took my pictures every day with my underwear like down to like show, because a lot of my fat is in my love handles, and I wanted to show their progress. But normally I wear my underwear like up higher because obviously it's more flattering and more comfortable. So the first pictures that I took every day were the ones with it lower so I could see my love handle progress, and then the last ones that I took, I wanted to just celebrate my new body, so I had them up high-waisted, and it makes all the difference. High-waisted anything makes all the difference. Okay, one more thing so this is my calendar, my really extra calendar. I just pulled pages out of my planner, and you're like, did you do all 5? All 5? Remember why you started. God. There would be times when it was like 12 a.m. and I still hadn't done my second workout, and I just want to acknowledge how easy and accessible it is living in like a small safe town. Had I not come home to my parents' house for quarantine, I wouldn't have been able to go on walks by myself at night as easily and as safely. Kind of got to recognize that. So basically I was put in the easiest situation possible to finish this challenge. Maybe I have no room to speak. I don't have any kids to take care of. I don't have a job. I didn't have a job while I was doing it. I have a backyard to do yoga in, and a big enough room. Just thinking about, because I don't want to sit here and be like, it was so easy, you guys. I can't believe they said it was hard. The thing that I'm basically saying that it's easy about is just, you don't have to work out super hard every day. It's just up to you to finish each task every day. And that part, I think, is what is so intimidating to people, but it's not. So that's kind of what I wanted to say, is like this mental aspect of it. You're way stronger than you think you are. Should you do it? Yeah. Can you do it? Yeah. Just don't burn out and don't give up.